Good afternoon. Obviously I've done a bit of filming earlier on. As you can tell, I'm now on Dartmoor. It's the 26th of August, it's the last bank holiday of the year, and I'm up here for an overnight or two with Karl, who's Deadfall Outdoors. So we're currently near Dartmoor. Found a little spot here way back, and nice and flat, get quite a few shoulders here with a water supply on there. So I'm running the Vango F10 Healing 1 again, and Karl's running the Pillu. Looks very nice shoulders. So gonna get some food on the go in a minute and have a natter, and catch you then. Right, everything's all unpacked now. As you can see, I'm using the Vango F10 Healing 1. I've got the Exped Simmat UL Cumulus 250 quilt, which is lofting up, Montane Icarus jacket. Food tonight, I've got some sausages to finish off, so there will be some frying stuff up, but I got some homemade porridge and some other dehydrated meals for the next couple of days. Running the Alpkit 900 and my Alpkit Coral stove, so I've got the water, frying pan and other stuff. But one thing I will point out is I'm using a different rucksack. What I've got there is the old, and I do mean old, this is about 30 years old, it's an old Berghaus Cyclops rock, and I actually have the side pockets to go with it, so it's the first time in about 10 years since I've used it. Feels different, it's very comfortable to carry. I had about nearly £30 in there, so yeah, it's doing alright, at least it still works. So I'm going to get a brew on now, have a cup of tea and have a chat with Karl, who's finishing his Pillu shelter off. There you go, sausage bat for tea. Even Karl likes this as well. Good morning folks, it's about 9 o'clock now. Been up for a while, and me and Karl have had our breakfast. I think I've about more or less the same sort of food, which is porridge oats for breakfast and a hot drink. So it's quite foggy this morning. It did rain a bit during the night, but as you can see it's clearing off now, so just going to pack up the rest of the gear and take the shelters down and we'll press on. Right, it's come up to nearly 10 o'clock now, and Karl's just about finished packing. I'm all packed up. Usual thing, leave no trace. That is where I slept last night. I'm just going to double check the area for rubbish, and what rubbish I've got is now in my rucksack side pocket, and I'll dispose of that when convenient. So when we're all done, we're going to press on. I've just come down there between Dartmoor and Armstor. Just going to stop here for a minute and have a drink, and then cross the river, and then either walk up towards Great Nodding or go over and walk on the old granite railway line for a few miles back towards Oakhampton and take it from there. Right, it's now 3:30, and me and Karl are currently on East Mill Tour. So we're just going to find somewhere to pitch now, somewhere out of the wind, and we'll get a brew on and sort some other stuff out. Yeah, so currently on East Mill Tour now. I've not really done any filming because the weather's been pretty rainy up here, so shelter's up. Everything's inflated in there, the mat, the quilt and that. So I've just had my tea. I've just had a adventure menu Texas chili con carne, which is very highly recommended. So now I've just had a cup of tea, and I'm going to have a quick can of beer and have a chat with old Karl up there, who's getting a bit cold and wet. Good morning, it's about just gone 7:30 now. As you can see, it's a load of clag up here at the moment, so I've already cracked on. I've packed most of my stuff away. I've just got to make a cup of tea, have some breakfast now. But yeah, not a bad night, but unfortunately I would call it a fail. Unfortunately we got invaded by a fox last night. Thankfully nothing done to my shelter or equipment, but unfortunately poor old Karl had a fox come up to his shelter and kind of like pulled out most of his gear, dragged out his water bottle, grabbed his food bag, punched a couple of holes into it, which I'm just going to show you now, and up in the corner literally ripped the bag and punched holes in it, but it took away his rubbish bag. which is we can't find at the moment, and there's some other items that got pulled out but he managed to retrieve. So yeah, bit of a fail there on that one, but sleep wise not too bad last night, a bit lumpy, but as you can see all the clags now in, so I'm gonna have my breakfast, pack up, and we're gonna head on. Right, it's 8:30 now, we're all packed up. Usual thing, leave no trace. That is where I slept, that's where Karl slept. All our rubbish is in the bags, we're all ready to go, and we're going to make our way back in a direction towards Oakhampton. Right, I'm off the moors now, we're just about to be back at the car. Carl's going to give me a lift home, so yeah, good weekend to get out. It's nice to have a good catch up with Karl again. I've done that for some time, and apart from the weather being bad and being attacked by a fox, well, Karl only, during the night, very good weekend. Food was pretty good, so this will be a short video. So if you like this one, give us a thumbs up. If you've got any questions or comments, leave them in the comments box, and I'll get back to you, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers and gone.